Nothing got flipped. The NFL didn't just say, hey, people were hating on the Chiefs and we want to change the outcome of the Super Bowl. But Patrick Mahomes did make a statement with this all green suit that he wore today, because basically Patrick Mahomes told the fans that this is not the real version of me. I have been told to throw it for the Eagles. This was always the plan at the start of the year. If you're thinking, oh, they flipped the script because the NFL fans were sick and tired of the refs and the Chiefs and they're never going to watch again. No, that's not what happened. The Chiefs always bring in lovers and haters. The Chiefs are always going to be good for ratings. It doesn't matter. Now, what they did know was that it was Saquon's birthday and they planned on the Eagles winning at the start of the year. And that's basically what I got correct at the start of the year. Before the start of the year, I connected the last full-blooded black quarterback to win the Super Bowl with that exact outcome happening. Now, at the start of the year, I went with Lamar Jackson because I think it would have a connection to the election with the black woman being elected as president. And I saw that they would never allow Lamar to win. I was thinking, hey, they're never going to do so against a quarterback with blue eyes. That was the theory. But what really did happen was, even though Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl, it wasn't all him. Because, you had to get an all-pro running back to help you win a Super Bowl. You see, now that part is not coincidental. They use Saquon Barkley as a means to delegitimize Jalen Hurts being the next full-blooded black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Because, you needed Saquon Barkley. Now, that is subliminal racism on the part of the NFL. Of course, when the black quarterback, a full-blooded black quarterback, wins again, it's when he only gets an all-star running back to join his team. He didn't even throw over 250 yards in any of the 4 playoff games because they're giving all the credit to Saquon Barkley. So this subliminal subvert racism still happened. I just think that I didn't realize that, it was Saquon's birthday. I think it was kind of too late, and I think I was overlooking the 666 too much. I was overlooking the 666. The 666 was just a trap. It was kind of the same trap of the 666 of the Patriots and the Steelers and the 49ers, each with 6 Super Bowls. So this 666, as we keep on learning, always seems to be a trap. And so no script was flipped because ultimately it revolved around Saquon Barkley's birthday. So they still planned the Eagles at the start of the year. And Tom Brady was happy to see that Patrick Mahomes is not usurping his legacy. That he got destroyed in 2 Super Bowls, that Tom Brady loves it. No script flipped because I knew this had a chance of happening. Brady's 23 and Eagles 1-3 and 2-3 in Super Bowls, and Hurts is Camacho 23. I knew there's a possibility that it was going to happen. And so just because it was 45 days between Brady and Mahomes' birthday doesn't mean it was an automatic conclusion that he was going to end up three-peating, but there would be the narrative of the three-peat in the Super Bowl, that Mahomes would have a chance to three-peat with Tom Brady watching. And Tom Brady being the owner of the Raiders, he was never, ever going to see the Chiefs win with him in attendance. And so if Fox has any future Super Bowls with Tom Brady calling, I'd second guess predicting a Kansas in another Super Bowl that would feature Tom Brady in the broadcasting booth. But basically, Doug Williams was born at Zachary, Louisiana. And the next 100% black quarterback did win at Louisiana. This is what I said at the start of the year. So no script was flipped. No script was flipped. These guys can play 20, 25 years in the NFL. Mahomes' career is a long, long, long ways away from ending. He's at 3. He's almost halfway there. He's not even 10 years in as a starting quarterback. But the Chiefs are coming to an end. And that part I did know would happen. And as they say, the house always wins. So the two most bet teams, the Lions and the Chiefs, had both lose the Super Bowl. Most people, they bet last year. Most people were in on what was the AFC title game last year? The year before. Most people bet on the Ravens, so people lost Super Bowl 58. Most people were betting on the Ravens to win the AFC. The house always wins. That's the right narrative. The year before Super Bowl 57, most people were betting on the Bills to win the AFC. And the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl instead. So the house always wins. And what history could tell us is that most people are going to bet on the Bills to win the AFC next year. And if most people are going to bet on the Bills to win the AFC, then they're not going to win the AFC next year. It's going to be the team that people are doubting. It's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Ravens have a strong year and the Bengals a little worse, maybe people will be going Baltimore Ravens. But you see, who's going to beat Mahomes in the conference? Joe Burrow, the only guy, in addition to retired Tom Brady, are the only two guys to defeat Patrick Mahomes in an AFC playoff game. Joe Burrow's going to do it again. The Bengals-Chiefs rivalry is the real rivalry. Joe Burrow's better than Patrick Mahomes. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. This is going to be the next narrative. Joe Burrow has as good of a playoff record as Patrick Mahomes. If he wins as a non-number 1 seed, Burrow's going to be 9-2 in the playoffs. That's the next chapter. He's only 2 behind Patrick Mahomes. Burrow won the Super Bowl. That is what Joe Burrow would accomplish. Joe Burrow's better than Patrick Mahomes is what they're about to say. He's going to have better Super Bowl stats than Patrick Mahomes. He has Jamar Chase. He has Trey Hendrickson. Bengals could land Debo or the other guy, Myles Garrett. But again, Joe Cole, Joe Burrow, Joe Montana. Burrow's extension, 82 weeks for the Super Bowl. Montana, the 82nd pick. If he's a number 1 seed, his playoff record will go from 5-2 to 8-2. Or he could enter the Super Bowl with the 8-2 playoff record. Joseph is 28. The Super Bowl is on day of 2-8. The 39th day of the year, the Bengals 39. Super Bowl 60, he threw 60 touchdowns in a single season with LSU. Bengals is 60 days after Burrow's birthday, Super Bowl 60. I like the Bengals to win no matter what their record is. 9-8, 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, 13-4. It doesn't make a difference what the Bengals' record is going to be. The Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. The Bengals will be the team that's going to end the Chiefs' dynasty for good. This ain't the end of the Chiefs' dynasty until they no longer make it to Super Bowls. Big Daddy Patty Money Mahomes still owns Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson is a scripted choker in the playoffs. The Chargers are young. The Chargers are up and coming. The Chargers improve the dynamic in the AFC. And the Bengals just have the best all-around quarterback in football and one of the top number one wide receivers and one of the top pass rushers, Trey Hendrickson. Joe Burrow already had the big comeback at Arrowhead. Joe Burrow is going to do it again. When was the last time he failed to make a Super Bowl? Super Bowl 56? It is very rare to beat Patrick Mahomes in an AFC playoff game. It is going to be Joe Burrow that's going to get it done. Well, of course they didn't make the playoffs because it was scripted for the Bengals to purposely lose these one-possession games. Bengals don't suck. There's a reason why they went 5-0 to end the season. San Francisco's 50. 49ers is 55, 5 for 5. That all connects to next year's Super Bowl. It's going to be Joe Burrow that's going to win the Super Bowl. The 39th day of the year just screams right off the bat. The Bengals is 39. Matt LaFleur is 39. Green Bay coach. The Lions is 39. You have to look at the 39th day of the year. Joe Burrow, comeback player of the year. Now Joe Burrow, MVP kind of win the Super Bowl kind of year. If the NFL liked playing games and manipulating the public as they did when the public sheepishly, foolishly took the Ravens and the Bills to beat the Chiefs, then the Bengals have to be outside of the number one seed, and the Bengals are going to win by the prowess of Joseph Lee Burrow. If we're looking at a number one seed, we're looking at the choke artists from Buffalo. We're looking at the big serial playoff choker, Lamar Jackson. These are candidates who could be the number one seed, assuming the Chiefs are going to lose a few more games next year. But the Chiefs could still be good enough to meet up against Cincinnati. But just the fact that the Chiefs could be number 3 still, the Chiefs could be at number 3. But the Chiefs could still have to go through Cincinnati. Bengals could win the division, have to go on the road for 2 playoff games. Number 9, Joe Burrow, and 4 playoff wins gives him 9 for his career to win the scripted Super Bowl. I've never doubted Patrick Mahomes ever in my life. Lamar's a joke. He's never going to win. Lamar is a joke. They just don't hand out Super Bowl rings like it's candy to every quarterback. Some guys are going to get screwed out of a Super Bowl. Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow is that chosen one. He is going to win the Super Bowl. Don't the Bengals have stadium renovations? Don't they have stadium renovations? The whole renovations thing keeps on happening when teams are trying to unveil plans for renovations and they end up going on big runs. So I'm looking at you, Cincinnati. Bengals invest $100 million renovations amid stadium talks May 21st, 2024. They didn't make the playoffs in 2024. They're due for a big run in 2025. Something has to pay for those stadium renovations. It's going to be a Super Bowl title. It's all about the money. The Bengals are going to have their stadium renovations paid for. Luce's Suns made the finals after stadium renovations, having trouble passing. Certainly, you can win a Super Bowl 1 year after a big hit in free agency. Who the Cincinnati Bengals going to get when they go through the Saquon Barkley route? Now, the pass rusher, the team up alongside Trey Hendrickson, a star linebacker. Bengals really don't need a defense. They already have an offense that can carry them to the championship. That's all they need. They need a couple more defensive studs. The Bengals are ready to go. They have younger running backs. They're ready to go.